Unleash the Archers. PHANTOMA. This is number, let me see. Oop. I don't know what to say. This is number, I probably should subscribe to them actually. Anyway, this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unless there's supposed to be 7. I thought there were 7. But apparently it's 6th album from this Canadian power metal band. Female-fronted power metal band. Unleash the Archers. This album had a slight form of controversy involving AI art, but it turns out the whole thing, in terms of that, the lyricism and everything, conceptually it is about AI itself, and it's artificial intelligence and all sorts of things. I'm going to say Metal Meltdown. You have, it has a little bit more informative of this. Also, Mad Mike did something, instead of actually having a review, he has his little thing about why Unleash the Archers made him want to go back to listen to metal again. So if that says anything about the impact this band could kind of make for people as a power metal band. Though I will say I don't know for sure. I like what I hear, for sure. I've heard stuff from them before, but through reactors and stuff like that, but never had a chance to go into a proper full length from this band. And then I talked up enough about them that I just said, screw it. I'll give them a shot. And then there's this whole thing with this yeah, this whole thing with this record is the AI from what I can tell, the concept involves in the record is of AI, so therefore the involvement of utilizing AI for this album kind of makes sense, or at least they did mostly rely on it, I guess, other than a few moments of possibly proofreading to make sure the concept was somewhat fluid, at least, I guess. And you can kind of hear it, and it's weird how it has this lyrically, it's very dystopian based for the most part, but yet sonically, because of how power metal is, not just in its epic nature, but there's always this brighter side to them, sonically to them, that tends to lean to the hair bands of the 80s more so than the more thrash or speed metal influences that are a little bit more darker and dissonant. Though there is some dissonance in this, of course, as most rock and metal tend to be. I did like the opener Human Era, and yes, I heard a lot of the synth stuff going on here, which is somewhat comparable to what I've already heard from another Canadian-based band that also sort of dabbles into power metal, but is considered more of a speed metal band in Striker, as I've talked about how I loved Ultra Power. Of course, speaking of being power metal, I should have probably brought out Schwinn Daddy, but apologize for that, but for some reason in this album they went a little serious, so I figured I'd just be serious for this, I guess. But I just thought of that. But anyways, I kind of enjoyed this record. The vocals, hold on. Of course, it makes sense now, and I didn't notice it as much. I just noticed they were more power metal and leaning into traditional heavy metal, but I didn't notice the clearly more melodic death metal influences, apparently, which makes sense why I've heard death growls here and there in this record, which sort of threw me off at first. But I didn't remember that they did that. For some reason, I just remember the more power metal elements. Again, first time here, so full length, I guess, is my excuse. As far as this new record is concerned, the concept of this album, PHANTOMA, follows with Brittany Slay's vocals. She's very, very damn good. During when they live streamed their album was accepted this time with a post-apocalyptic setting that they were setting where it involves this AI, I guess, that goes by PHANTOMA, that's supposed to, that was created by humanity that had a love for it and then eventually fell out of it, and it had this turmoil that let eventually something happen to where mankind and, of course, humanity and artificial and human intelligence going up against each other into war. Eventually, basically from what it sounded like throughout the lyricism, I'm going to just say it, and most people weren't probably thinking it. A lot of the concept of this makes me think of Caprica and the rebooted Battlestar Galactica. If you know what that's about, I guess you'll like the concept of this. I didn't get into them, but from what I could tell from even just watching trailers, that I already got enough of a gist of it, and that's kind of what I got from hearing the lyricism on this thing, of the concept of this thing. I'd probably say they probably did a better job than Tremonti. I'll give them that, even for having used AI. Makes me wonder if Tremonti should have done that, I guess, with that. But then again, knowing him and how he is, even with his own gear, not wanting to go digital, I mean, there was no way he wouldn't have. Well, and just stuck with him. He had a book, and I've yet to read that book, which makes me sad as someone who's proud of what Tremonti has done, Mark Tremonti's done. But anyways, Mark Tremonti has nothing to do with this. Sorry, it was just some other AI concept thing. But yes, I did enjoy this record, but not nearly as much as what I did with another album I just listened to earlier this week, Knockleys. But I probably should like this one more. I can see a lot of people really some people are going to be so with the synth stuff. Personally, to me, I like this record a lot, but I'm just going to preface it and say I liked Striker's Ultra Power better, or at least I had more fun with it. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if they're starting to take cues, if even Stryker might potentially start taking some cues from what happens here a little bit, like musically, if they hadn't already started thinking about that going into that record. But anyways, I just had more fun with the Stryker record, so for me, I could totally understand if more people would somehow prefer this record for at least this year. But let's just say I'm not going to be willing to give this the masterclass certification. I think I might have done Ultra Power, so I'll still be nice about it because it is a good record, though. Enough that I will still be kind, and not because I don't want Mad Mike on my ass. No. It's because I genuinely do think this is a pretty damn solid outing, and I guess I'll do the Light to Strong Horns up as well with this thing. You're giving it right away. I'm like, well, it's that good. I'll give it that, but not enough. But I'm not willing to give it a masterclass certification. That's the key, which I did for Ultra Power, so because I just had more fun with that, and it just catered to also my goofy side. So that has something more to do with it. But for what this is, it's and the concepts and how they utilize AI. This is how CD aside. This is how you do AI. Do AI in both art and kind of sort of AI. I'm told that it's kind of sort of based on some art that using AI through what they've shown from the artists they've always went to with it, but also kind of eventually kind of credited. It was a weird situation, but eventually things cooled down with it, and hopefully if people like this album, they'll just shut the fuck up about it. So, but anyways, other than that, what did you guys? I mean, it was Blood Empress for me. The opener was pretty cool. I did like the start of the growls by the point of yeah, Green and Glass I think is one of the ones. The pseudo title track is one as well for me. I think I might have liked Gods of Decay. Buried Code was decent too. I think, like when they really bring in the soul, I think it was Phantoma that had that I think I liked the most because it had the good use of mixing synth with lead guitar, so works. So and the guitar tones are pretty cool and pretty good, nice and tasty. So other than that, yeah, what did you guys think of this album? Leave a comment below. Let me know. And as always, guys, keep it random, keep it real, keep it rocking. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, y'all. Yeah, I liked this. I liked this very much. Very, very much. Let me think. Knocked Loose pretty much also had it. I forgot to say something on my Knocked Loose review, and that's Knocked Loose is a clearly better song than what we got from apparently Fall in Reverse with Track Ronald. I'll put in parentheses the clown. But anyways, take care, y'all.